Welcome to I'm Not a Fan Unless I Have a Podcast. I'm John Hanford, and thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube, subscribing on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Anchor, wherever you listen to podcasts, and thanks for following on Instagram at GizFanPod. I appreciate it. And this episode is a really fun one. Because we have 3 repeat guests. They were all on the episode from a few months ago over the summer. It was the episode entitled "Fuck Ton of Dots," and that episode is the only one from this podcast that has been flagged by YouTube for being inappropriate for children, which I think is hilarious because how is that the only one? I mean, personally, I think this podcast is suitable for anybody. But whenever you have people making decisions about what might be suitable or not be suitable for somebody else, I generally don't care for those people. And so therefore I feel like they would just want to flag every episode. So I don't know what's taking them so long, but, in any case, so we have those 3 people returning this time. There are Jayden, Amanda, and Andres, a.k.a. Cherry. The 3 of them are on this podcast episode, and primarily I wanted to have them on because the last go-round, and I clipped this segment from the podcast onto Instagram. Cherry made the point that with Joey's side project, his solo project, Bullant, their quote directly was, Joey made that for the gays. And once Intrasport, once King Gizzard debuted Intrasport, once they teased it on their Instagram, I sent it to the 3 of them. I was like, all right, we're doing a follow-up episode. We need to have you back on because, Cherry fucking called it. And yeah, I mean, Joey's pop influence, I've been talking about that for a while. It's one of my favorite parts about the evolution of King Gizzard is how they're sort of going into this poppy vein, that seems to be more or less influenced by Joey's tastes and just his little flavors that he puts on all the stuff. I don't know if that was succinct enough. Been sort of a weird brain fog, but without further ado, I don't think there's anything else for me to talk about. So let's just get right into this podcast. Please welcome once again Jayden, Amanda, and Andres, aka Cherry. So I'm just. Right now, this is just coming on the heels of me almost getting catfished on Tinder. It's like,
oh,
yeah.
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm okay? Fine. I almost got catfished. It was like one of those things where like my hopes were high because I was like, hey, you seem pretty real. And then all of a sudden she's like, give me your number right now. And I was like, can we talk a little longer? And
right.
And then it's just like immediate unmatch. And I'm just like, shucks.
I mean, if you want to feel better, that definitely happened to me.
Same.
Same exact.
I think it's happened to just about everybody at this point. But unless Amanda's got a different story.
I thankfully do not. I'm pretty sketched out when it comes to dating apps.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I've been able to steer that situation, but my condolences.
Oh yeah, no, it's not. I'm not so much sad about it. It's just like it was just jarring. It hasn't happened in a while. Like, I haven't even been like trying to date. It's just like it's something to do because I'm just bored as shit. And this podcast is only so fun,
There's so much to do at home.
That's fair.
Yeah, but I have been listening to KG a ton, and that's kind of why I called this meeting, because back when we did our original episode, Andres, aka Cherry, you had said that Joey made Bolant for the gays, and that was the clip. And it was a great clip. That's one of the best moments in podcast history. And you fucking called it. You fucking called it with Intersport.
Let me just say, that shit was hilarious. I remember when the teaser for it came out. I was like, this is everything. This is everything like I've ever wanted and that they could give me. And then the music video came out. And let's just talk about the music video, okay? So
the floor is yours.
So it's just hilarious because it's all these bros and then they're like, hang out, let's have some beers, and then they just take their shirt off and start lighting each other's feet on fire and dancing and shit. And then I was watching it, and then there's like a scene where like they're partying, they're like laying their feet on a table, and I was like, oh, okay, haha, funny. And then I look closely, and there is a little bottle of poppers, aka amyl nitrate, and I was like, no fucking way, that cannot be poppers on that goddamn table. And I looked it up, and it was like a reputable brand, like a big brand of poppers that's like famous in like circuit parties and shit. And I was like, there's no way.
Okay, so
way.
Maybe it's because I don't party a ton, but what are poppers?
Oh no. God.
Let's go. Well, it's like, do you know what? It's amyl nitrate.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wait. On. Is that the same thing as Whippets or different?
Know, actually.
I think it's different. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
anyways,
I'm new to poppers.
It is advertised as tape cleaner.
Oh,
yeah.
For actual film, like this is what you clean photos with.
Oh, that makes sense because, like, I mean, Sublation was there, you know. He was in the music video.
Yes. So.
Yeah.
So, what people use amyl nitrate for, because it is legally, the loophole is that it is a tape cleaner and it is not meant for ingestion. What they do is they open the cap and you huff it, you know, and all of your smooth muscles get loose and you get like a very slight high. Very popular in the gay club scene, if you know what I mean.
Huh?
Oh,
wait, no, now I know what poppers are. I've heard about that.
Lucy Turkey Lurkey.
Yeah.
Very that.
Yeah. Oh, man, it's been a minute. Wow, this pandemic's really taken a toll on my lexicon.
I was like, oh, God.
Dude, I was literally screaming. I was like, there's no way. And I texted everyone I knew. I was like, how?
No, and that was totally intentional. I mean, yeah,
I guess like amyl nitrate's popular in Australia now.
They just like getting loose down under, you know? They like getting loose.
Yeah.
Oh, but
made my day.
Something also like Cherry, I don't know if you remember this. Or actually, I think you do because I brought it up. John.
Yeah.
Do you follow PHC Films on Instagram? They're like video guy.
Yeah.
On his story, this was like a while ago. Maybe like it might have been like ever so like a month or two after Chunky, right? Mm-hmm. PHC posted on their story, and it's like this really like kind of awful photo of Cookie, and he like it looks like the pose that he's making is like whoever's holding the phone was like, "Hey, Cook," and then he just turned, and he's holding what looks like PHC brand poppers.
I remember seeing that photo, and I was like, I want that. I don't even do poppers, and I want that. I need it now. Like, I need it, bro.
Like, I need
oh my God.
Poppers.
Jesus Christ. So yeah.
Well, yeah. So Intersport was absolutely tremendous. I mean, I think that it was just that teaser came out, and maybe not even an hour later, I texted, like I created the group on Instagram for us for I was just like, Cherry called it.
They called it.
And that was before I even heard the rest of the song. We just knew that you were right. And then just the other day they released If Not Now, Then When. And that's kind of, it seems to be sort of like a groovier, like I guess, you know, less into, it's still like a little poppy though, you know, like it's got it's funky. And it seems to be sort of in that same vein of the Intrasport of, you know, like I mean, kind of like Sketches, honestly. Yeah, I mean, what was, like, we can get into the rest of KG, you know, in a little bit, but I kind of want to talk about the new track since, like, that's the newest thing.
I'm gonna say it. This is, I think, my personal preference. I like this song. It's been my favorite release this year. I like it more than the KG singles. The only other song I like other than If Not Now When, it was Ontology. But I love this song so much. It's so catchy. And then I thought it was so happy. And then I read the lyrics and I was like, oh, this is depressing.
No, yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, it came out and we were like, oh yeah, like, oh, it's groovy, whatever. Jayden brought up, it's like, it's actually really depressing when you read the lyrics. I looked it up and I was like, oh yeah. Amanda had no point what the lyrics were at this point, and she was just like, I just think it's really fun. I like the beat. And I was like, sweetie, no.
Amanda, do you also watch The Bachelor for, like, advice?
Get her.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, I'm fucking around, but you know, I do, because, like, yeah, initially that song sounded super, you know, fun and just, like, you know, uplifting, and then you read the lyrics and it's just like, why are they so unintelligible, you know, in the mix? Like, why not, like, you know, maybe try to make them a little more prevalent?
So my thing is with that, I'm like, I don't know, but I tend to like more lo-fi stuff to begin with, but I love how the mixing was. Sometimes I don't like when the vocals are too prevalent. I kind of like it when, like, it's in the mixing. Kind of reminds me of, like, some songs off F&B where, like, Stu's vocals are kind of, like, just mixed in with the band. I don't know. I think it's, like, more lo-fi. It's like personal preference.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that, you know, that aesthetic. Like, I get what you're saying. I just, it just seems weird that you wouldn't want those lyrics, like, really well articulated and out there for, you know, when they're that, like, profound.
That was my thing. My whole thing was, like, these, like, something that this is an observation I made a couple days ago, stoned out of my mind listening to whatever record it was that they released in the past 2 years. Like, something happened after 2017 where, like, when they came out with Fishies and then followed up with Rat's Nest, they, like, really made a point to, like, let their music really say something. Like, Fishing for Fishies, very environmentalist. Same thing with Rat's Nest, although you kind of take the whole, like, the whole, oh, we're gonna go conquer the stars, and it's like, well, I mean, do we really want to do that? And then that was, like, the whole concept of that. And now we have KG, where all of these little more specific ideas are kind of pointed out, like automation, minimum brain size, stuff like that. I felt like we're getting another point across on If Not Now Then When, because, like, that's the idea. It's like, I mean, it's in the title, you know. If we're not going to worry about it now, then when are we going to worry about it? Because we're running out of time. That's the idea. Why make a song so catchy and then, like, make it so no one can hear what they're singing, so nobody can sing along? It's like,
yeah, like I mean, because you're just inviting people to go, like,
yeah,
and then, like, I'm walking around the neighborhood on my daily walk just doing that, and people look at me like I'm insane. And it's like, you know, I'd much rather be articulating words so people are like, oh wow, this guy's listening to some really heavy shit. But I don't know, like, yeah, it seems weird. It's a cool song, and maybe we're just too nitpicky, but I don't know. Like, I think we're kind of in the minority when it comes to, like, if you hear a song you like, do you look up what the lyrics are Like, do you Google it? It's like that's what this requires you to do.
I personally think that maybe like they did that on purpose, so like you can be like, it intrigues people, they want to know what he's saying, so you like, you know, voluntarily go look at the lyrics and actually read what they're saying instead of just hearing it and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, like, you can hear what they're saying on Rattlesnake. I still, for the longest time, thought they were just saying rattlesnake over and over and over again, instead of the final line being rattles me. I didn't know that. And that, like, you could hear that, like, pretty straightforward, and I still didn't know that. So, I mean, I feel like everything's for a reason, and if that's how they liked it, that's how they liked it. I'm being nitpicky because I choose to consume the art, but it's still good.
Yeah. I mean, like, I remember I was the same way with Rattlesnake. Like, it wasn't until I saw somebody on the Facebook page getting shamed in a comment section for getting Rattles Me wrong. Like, that's how I learned that it was Rattles Me and not just a fourth rattlesnake. But yeah, let's get back to KG. Because like that album was kind of all over the place with just with the different sounds. Like we got some classic microtonal gigs with automation, and then some straight up new shit with like Odd Life and whatnot. What were some of the tracks that stuck out to you guys?
Go first, Amanda.
Definitely.
Oh, never. Amanda, go first.
Yeah, let's hear Amanda.
Number one song, my favorite on KG, favorite release was Ontology. I loved that song so much. I thought that was such like an interesting melody and just style of the song in general. I thought it was just really cool. And then my whole favorite part of KG is Some of Us into Ontology into Introsport. Probably like my favorite like trilogy, I guess, in their discography at this point. But KG for me, like some of the songs I wasn't vibing with too much. Straws in the Wind, I was a little bit like meh on, which Jayden was not.
Yeah, I'm in Jayden's camp.
Shout out to John. High five me.
Word.
Hey, I will say though, I was not a fan of the single like out of context, but with context of the album, I did like it a lot more though. I will say that.
Nah.
I mean, I do think the context helps the case for Straws in the Wind, but I thought it was the most powerful single that they released, from KG before it came out. That's my personal opinion. But Cherry, what you seem taken aback.
I don't know. Just I don't hate it. It just says Straws in the Wind. It's just I don't know. Just something about it. I just like don't fucks with it. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of skip it every time I listen to the album. But
I mean, I do think the B side, like starting with Ontology and just going through the rest. I mean, that's my personal favorite half of the album. But yeah, I mean, like Straws, it was just like I don't know. It just hit all the right notes for me, like because it just grooves so fucking hard, like in a really weird, like ominous and non-distorted way, that like it seemed to be sort of new territory for Giz, and it worked well, especially with like the message of the song. I thought, plus seeing Galia doing a music video again was just like the coolest shit for me.
Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah, I think like my main thing about Straws in the Wind though is just it's the way Ambrose is singing. I'm not even gonna front. I respect him for trying new things, but this personally was not my favorite.
This is Erasure. Ambrose Erasure.
Yeah, I mean, what's because I think this is the best song that Ambrose has done with King Gizzard. So I'm confused. Like, do you just not enjoy Ambrose? Is that what we're getting to here?
I mean, hold up, John. That's a spicy take. Hold on, that's a spicy take, John.
I mean,
Straws in the Wind, best Ambrose song. Hold up. That's disrespectful to let me in the past. But I'm gonna let Amanda talk.
No, I love Ambrose's voice. He has like one of my favorite voices. Billabong is like top songs for me. But I prefer his like more higher pitched voice. I was not a fan of this new style he was doing. Although I do love Ambrose. I love his songs. I love Murlocs.
Oh, I just figured it was because he was like finally going through puberty.
Finally, after all these years.
This little kid's balls are dropping, guys.
Yeah, he's no longer shrimpy. He's big prawn now.
Oh, yes.
He's lobster.
Yeah,
Big lobster.
He's a tiger prawn.
Oh, rest in peace, Ambrose.
All right. I think okay, so of this trio that you see before you, John, I am the only one who was in the camp of actually legitimately enjoying Straws in the Wind. Although my favorite
If we're playing favorites, Jayden, you're my favorite.
Yeah. Get wrecked. Be mad. That's right. Be mad.
No, Jayden,
Anyways.
come back.
Out of here.
Anyways, I thought for me, like my love for Straws in the Wind actually came after the album came out, because I appreciate it so much more in context of where it was. I think I do fully agree with you that like I agree with you in the sense that Straws in the Wind can go blow for blow with any other track for the album lyrically. I don't necessarily think it's like I'm just a sucker for hype music, so like naturally Automation and Hungry Wolf, like those are good. Those are my personal, like, hands down, those are my favorite songs in the album. But like I just love the like Ambrose has a knack. In my opinion, Ambrose is the best writer in the band.
Ooh, hot take.
Yeah, I lyrically at least. I'm not.
Yeah, that's a really hot take.
But like I think lyrically speaking, he's the best writer. And so when I like do my mental analysis of like the lyrics of their songs, like that one sticks out head and shoulders as to like, to me at least, as being the strongest one, because the stuff that he's saying in the meta and like the just his wordplay in that song is top notch.
Oh yeah, I mean, I thought that was those were some of the deepest lyrics he's written. I mean, like Let Me Mend the Past is an amazing song, and like getting to see that live on last year's tour was like a highlight for sure. But I mean, like, you know, because usually when I think of like the best writers in King Gizzard, I typically, like, for me, it's like a tie between Joey and Cookie, in terms of just the originality of and just like how cerebral they get. I mean, you're losing your goddamn mind, Jayden. But like,
I was expecting you to. Honestly, I was expecting you to pull like the everyman's answer and be like, it's a tie between Joey and Stu. But for you to just completely leave Stu out of this question, that's pretty crazy. That's. I mean,
it's the thing, because like Stu has the most amazing output, because like he's writing like 80% of the songs. But like there's never been a weak Joey track, and just about everything Cookie does is genius. And it's just he's never craving the spotlight. So it's like all those subtleties that make King Gizzard so magical, really, in my opinion. But I don't know. I suck Cookie's dick a lot in this podcast.
Oh, you and Sherry are best friends then. You and Sherry are best friends.
Do not stop. I love every Cookie song. I fucking love Popeye.
Yeah.
Some
of us I thought was like. Some of us I'm a little hot and cold on.
Whoa, what?
What? Loved the lyrics.
I love Some of Us. Honestly, Some of Us, I like it better than Intersport. I fucking love Some of Us. And to find out that it was a Cookie song, it just catapulted that.
Yeah,
I love that song so much.
I was musing about this with somebody else in the podcast, but I was thinking like I really wish Cookie had sung the song. You know, like, because like that would have driven it home even further. Like Ambrose gets a deep song, Cookie gets to sing a deep song, like that would have tied the whole thing together. And he was just like, here, Stu, you get this one. Like, come on.
You got this one.
Yeah, that would have been so interesting to see Cookie come back and finally sing another song.
Yeah, and then like Lucas can sing one on the next album. Like it would have been, you know, just get more people involved.
Oh.
Like
Give Lucas the mic.
John, I have a question.
Yeah.
Are you in the I guess the boat of King Gizzard fans who think Ambrose raps on Odd Life?
No, that's okay. Like, do people not know what the fuck rap is?
For
Like, I'm the
real.
last person that should ever be schooling anybody on what rap is, like what real rap is. But like, that isn't it. Like, what he's doing is he's singing one note, you know, in like a
That's an ad
syncopated
lib,
rhythm,
Maria.
and it's he's singing. It's not rap.
I
Like,
was like, y'all, just because he's singing fast doesn't mean it's rapping. I hate to break it to y'all, but
yeah, you guys want okay, like. You know, the only other time I've ever heard rapping used in a way like in this context, just because it's fast singing, is it's a song called "Sam" by the Meat Puppets. It's a bit of a deep cut, but like it's basically they're singing at the same rate as an auctioneer. It's hilarious because it's harmonized. But it's like that's the closest thing to. But I mean, like that's more rap than what Odd Life is. Like, I mean, Fred Durst raps. Ambrose is not Fred Durst. That's
Durst.
like, for anybody that like, because it seems like the people that are saying Ambrose is rapping, it's like they want that. Do they want Fred Durst to take over King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard? So it's just King Limp and the Gizzard Biscuit or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Like, did I just ruin everything just now? Like,
Maybe
I didn't know that I was this passionate about how Ambrose is definitely not rapping on Odd Life, but here we are.
And it kind of shows like how out of touch musically some like Gizzard fans are. I'm like, you like have you ever listened to a rap song? Like, it's so bad. Like,
I mean, I just want to send all those people like, a Run DMC CD from like, 1985 or some shit. Like,
for real.
Like, just get them back to basics.
Please.
Ooh, that was intense.
That was intense.
I feel like thankfully I don't see too many of those comments anymore. But when KG initially came out, the first 1 or 2 days, it was definitely on Facebook and Reddit. I was like, "Is Ambrose rapping? We're finally getting the trap album that we've all been waiting for." I'm like, "No."
I mean, if people want to call that a trap album, be my guest. And yay, King Gizzard got a trap album! Hooray! Now those people can go to bed. But like, it's just not.
It's not.
Just not.
No.
Okay, so while we're still on the topic of KG for however longer we're going to be on it,
yeah.
Do you have a ranking for it?
It's in my personal top 5. I really liked KG. I mean, I just love all the experimentation that they did with it, because like I know like obviously they experiment a lot in all their records, but like to go so drastically in like all these different directions on one and to like have it still flow together is just fascinating to me. I mean, especially like throwing Honey after like between Odd Life and the Hungry Wolf of Fate just comes out of fucking nowhere, like, and it still works. Like, I like this album because like it makes me think like, okay, once again, like what were they thinking? But in a good way. Like, so yeah, and like just the lyrics were just incredible throughout every song on this record. So yeah, that's why I like it. It doesn't really matter to me so much that it doesn't incorporate the Giz verse and stuff. Like, I'm kind of okay with that sort of ending with Murder of the Universe, or like Polygon Dwana Land. It's just cool to see like they're going in an interesting direction,
Agreed. Cherry, your turn.
Oh, Jesus. I don't KG didn't wow me as much. It wasn't like I don't know where I put it. It's definitely outside of my top 5. Maybe like somewhere between 5 and 10.
That's pretty good. That's yeah. I
mean,
before 6.
before 6. Yeah, before 6.
Yeah. And Amanda, you're just more excited for LW to come out?
To be honest, yeah. Well, I mean, I really like KG. Although KG didn't like really wow me, but also there are just some albums with Giz that just doesn't like really resonate with me until like way later. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah.
at the moment, it's pretty mid tier for me. It's probably like between like 6, 10. Same thing as Cherry, but like I don't know. Give it like 2-3 months, it might be in a different place.
Yeah. I mean that's kind of what I like about Giz in general is just like it fluctuates so much, just like what I like. I mean, like, did you guys happen to sign up for the Gizmiss gift exchange?
The one on Facebook or the one on Reddit?
Oh, yeah, the one on Facebook. I wasn't sure if they're different ones or the same.
No, because I did it last year, and the person I got signed up with, I sent him a present. He didn't send me one back.
Oh, that's fucked.
Whack.
So I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, that's shitty. Luckily, I got matched up with somebody who like did it pretty well. But I mean, like, I'm pretty sure he got me something. I don't know, but we'll find out. But my point in bringing it up is like, we were asked on the questionnaire, like, what's your favorite album? And I'm just like, fuck, I don't know. It changes on a daily basis. So I just put Polygon's Wonderland, but I gotta ask, since you're pretty cool, you're pretty cold on KG, but it's still somewhere in the middle for Cherry and Amanda, you guys. Jayden, obviously you're cool, but like, I just gotta ask Cherry and Amanda, what are your least favorite Giz records?
Why are you leaving me out?
Well, I'll get to you in a minute, but I gotta hear these people's perspectives because they're way different from yours and mine.
Polly.
And that's just because Crumbling Castle, you still have that fucking feud?
Listen, it just doesn't grab me like the way every other album has. I don't know. Polly and like, Polly and like Eyes, like the Sky. All right, those two albums just don't speak to me. I don't really grab my attention that often. I don't listen to them that often. They're not bad at all. I listen to Polly sometimes, very rarely. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's my least favorite.
No, that's fair, and I'm only giving you guys shit just for the sake of my own amusement. But
Understandable.
All right.
I get it.
Okay,
you left me out of this round of questioning, so I'm just like, I mean, okay, John.
Well, you're forcing your way in as you feel you need to, so let's just let Amanda speak now.
I'd say, well, for me, there's no like bad Giz albums, so really my two like worst albums isn't like worst. It's just the two I listen to the least. Probably either 12 Bar or Float Along. I do not listen to Float Along like ever.
Oh man, you should get on that. That one's good.
Cookie Erasure.
What is that, man? What?
Yeah. No, here, I'm just like, I want different perspectives. Wait, no, you're wrong. Like,
you're wrong.
No, I'm just being shitty.
And the best part is we were having like this convo, like I think like probably a couple weeks ago, like me, Jay, and Chair were talking about like ranking our albums, or I think it was rating the albums like the Needle Drop does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were just doing ratings out of 10. And
so they were both just appalled by how high I put Oddments at and how low I put Float Along at. Oddments, nobody's giving it credit.
Oddments is a great album. Y'all
it was your background last time.
Whack. 16 out of 16. That's where Oddments sits. Oddments did 16 out of 16 and it will forever be however many albums they have, Oddments will sit at the bottom.
You know, for being a bottom feeder, though, it is pretty great.
Yeah.
That is a very high floor.
Yes. No, I agree. For being like the worst that they've ever done, Oddments is fantastic. But that still doesn't mean it isn't the worst of the crop. You know what I mean? Like, sure, high floor and an astronomically high ceiling, but crying sucks.
I mean, Cookie did write that when he was 16.
And there is no one on this earth that writes a good song at 16.
I think Justin Bieber did okay with that, but yes, generally speaking, you're
voice of a generation.
Yeah. I don't. Does he write his own songs? I think he does, but
no.
Who cares?
Not now.
This ain't about him.
We don't talk about him no more.
I think he's just been like, getting his life together because he hasn't come out with any new music in the last couple of years, I don't think. But
he has.
He
has.
He came out with this one song called Yummy, and then
That's just trash.
He was begging all of his followers on Instagram to just like put it on Spotify and just leave it on repeat, turn the volume down, just leave it. So he can get
No, he didn't do that. His fans did that. His fans were like,
but then he posted it on his Instagram.
No, yeah. He reposted something, so it was like he kind of said that, but like he was just trying to pad his stats so he could get some sort of.
Now you're just making me like imagine if like the Odd Life rap base was the majority of Giz fans. That's what they would do. They would do shit like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh man.
And we'd have even more like absolutely atrocious thirst posts for all of them. All of them.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, thank God we got a better fan base through and through.
I don't know, man. There's this account on Instagram called @Hots4Stew. Lucas follows that account, and one of like the pictures on it is like Stu licking something. And it's like they put the caption over Stu as Stu, and then over whatever he's licking, my titty. And it's like, okay, all right. And then,
I do got to give a shout out to Hot for Stu McKenzie because he watched my live video and complimented my guitar playing. So that was very sweet of him.
You're shady.
Shout out to John Hanford, professional guitarist, John Hanford.
Shady.
Hey, Amanda, you're going to say something. It sounded like.
I didn't say anything. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, that was my perception.
You have 3.5 minutes to question me, John. What were you waiting for?
Yeah. Well, I mean, now that we've kind of gotten through KG and off the rails a little bit. And by the way, I think I will just like send a new link for this if you guys want to keep going because like this is fun. I like you guys and. 40 minutes is not enough to contain this shit. So live in San Francisco, now we're getting into Nonagon territory. And I think that's like all, but like we're basically all on the same page there. Maybe Jayden's just going to like be the most stoked for this one. But yeah, well, yeah, clearly you are. So what was your impression, first hearing that Live in San Francisco is going to come out?
Oh my God, you guys have 2 drummers? That's insane.
Was that you in the front row?
No. Hell no.
Oh my God, dickhead.
Hey, dickhead.
That was Jayden.
No, dickhead, stay. No, dude. Oh my God.
Bitch.
But, okay, so first I got excited. I only have 2 minutes, so I'm going to try and compress this. I got excited because when I heard that they were going to do another live record and it was going to be live in SF, I was like, beyond stoked because I was expecting it to be live in SF 2019, and I was at the second show for that. So if they were going to do that, I was like, oh, this is so sick because I'm going to have something that I was at immortalized forever. And then they were like, no, it's 2016. It's your favorite era, and no one knows what the set list is at all. Before it came out, no, it wasn't on the set list of FM. It was nowhere. No one knew anything about it. Yeah, nobody knew anything. They were just like, "Oh, we're just getting Nonagon era Giz, and nobody knows what it's going to be." And then the leaks came out, and everybody found out everything that they needed to know. And I was beyond stoked. That it is, in my opinion, they have plenty of hits, and like the Giz Greatest Hits album is going to be just like a 6 LP release, because there's no way they're going to be able to fit the prolific output. But if I had to put it on one if you had to put all the songs on one record to have best of Giz period, Live in SF's 2016 is it. That has everything that you ever need to hear.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about the track listing on Live in SF. Like, nobody knew what it was going to be. How fucking cool was it that they just, like, right out of the gate, they just threw in Hot Water, finished up the Nonagon stuff, and then went into Trapdoor. Like, I mean, Trapdoor for me, like, that might have been my favorite track from that show. It might just be because, like, they haven't played Trapdoor that much in recent years, and it's just such a sick song. But it was cool to see it mixed in there, with all the Nonagon and Mindfuzz stuff.
Well, the timeline goes that Paper Mache came right before Nonagon, didn't it?
Yeah.
So to have that be like the one sole representative, that's everything to me. Because, I mean, we all know what happened to Trapdoor afterwards in the years that came after that record. I mean, it became a staple that eventually connected itself to the Balrogs. So, like,
yeah,
to be able to have like a piece of like, hey, you had Trapdoor, but you didn't have Balrog yet, and now you can experience what that was like. Oh, chef's kiss. Can't get better than that.
Yeah.
Trapdoor is also like Amanda's favorite Paper Mache song, so I think she has an opinion.
Oh, hell yeah.
Trapdoor is like one of my favorite Giz songs in general. Also, Hot Water is one of my favorite Giz songs. That was like my most listened to song.
And The River.
2020, I think. Yeah, I was like, honestly, the 2016 set lists are my favorite set lists that they've done, just because I really love when they do the Mindfuzz, Trapdoor, Hot Water, Nonagon. Like, I love the set list that they do now. It's just like the 2016 ones are so much more hype and nostalgic for me. Like, Live in SF, honestly, I listen to that way more than I listen to Chunky, just because I fuck with the set list way more.
Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, because like that is the meat and potatoes of Giz. It's like that's what got everybody into Giz. Like because even back then they were still prolific as fuck, but it still but like not to the point that they are now, where like you don't know what direction they're going to go in a show. Like you're always going to expect something pretty high energy from Giz, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, and like also my favorite thing about that is they play The River in full. I love The River in full. I want to see it in full so badly one day. I was at their LA show last year and they played The River, but it was River and Chihuahua, so they stopped like halfway through, which was so cool. But The River in full, whenever they play it, is just so good.
Yeah, I remember that because I was at the LA show as well, and I remember when they went into Wawa, I was like, "Oh, you're not really gonna do this, are you?" Like, I was just like, "You gotta have The River in full."
And they did that. I had the same exact thing, and then I was like, "Okay, we're doing Wawa now." Sick, love that song, but okay.
Yeah,
we've been robbed of a full River Jam, like the end jam until now.
Oh, but yeah.
I'd still like Chunky better than Live in San Francisco, to be honest. Honestly,
really,
what sells me is like Let Me Mend the Past and Murder the Universe. Murder the Universe just sells that whole thing to me.
Yeah,
I listen to that shit on repeat every day. It's just crazy. I don't know.
That's a good point, because like I remember, because they also played Murder of the Universe at the LA show. Yeah. And when they busted that open, I was just like, oh fuck. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was just like, this is so intense. And just like, I mean, it was just the coolest shit because, you know, they're playing the video in the background. You see Han Tayumi's lyrics and everything. And it's just like, oh my, like it just enhanced the whole meaning of all of it so much that like, yeah, that's like a hard moment to top in any concert. Yeah, like I like Chunky as a film. The soundtrack, I'm still down with it, but yeah, I mean, Live in SF, that just kind of, that was like the perfect way to cap off the year, I think, for you know, just like here's some brand new shit with KG. We're all over the place. It's pretty unpredictable, and then some nostalgia for the OG fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was done tactfully. But well, and like I guess also, you know, since we last spoke, they also released the demos, which we saw some pretty poppy inspirations there with like Most of What I Like and Dirt as well. You know, 2 Paper Mache songs that were ultimately acoustic. But what were your Cherry? I saw you light up when I mentioned the demos. So you got some thoughts?
I don't know. Me personally, I like really stripped back like tracks, like musically. I like really stripped back stuff. So, you know, hearing stuff like the Spider Me demo and like Birdsong demo, I don't know, I just really liked it. It was like really easy listening. It was so like, it's really cool to see where all like my favorite tracks came from, you know, how they started and what they became.
Yeah, it's interesting, like with that Evil Death Roll became what it became, because like that demo was just like, you guys are seriously gonna be rolling with this? I mean, it was very generic sounding. It's like something that I could have, you know, just come up with in a jam session in high school. But but then, like, you know, obviously I wouldn't have done to it what they did. Yeah, what was that? I missed that.
I wouldn't have gone that far.
I mean, I'm also saying shit for the sake of, you know, getting some more engagement with this podcast. You know, I'm selling out here to populism, but no, but I mean, there's like, but the Evil Death Roll demo, it kind of impressed me the least out of all of them. I was kind of interested to see like Music to Eat Bananas to, like what was that leading up to? Is that something that we're going to still be, you know, getting in a future record or something, or like what would that have been like? It kind of struck me as like, you know, like an ambient track that they would just stick into sketches somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably just one of those like little melodies you just figure out one day, and then like you just like sit back and you're like, I can't really do a lot with this. Maybe they just did that. Maybe they made it specifically for the stream that they like debuted the demos on.
Oh yeah. Like that was my favorite. I'm a big fan of just like stripped back ambient stuff. So like the Fishing for Fishies was my favorite. Music to Eat Bananas too, and Spider Me. Although I will say, what surprised me about that demo, the album, was the Sleepwalker demo. It is so shitty and so good at the same time. I love the Sleepwalker demo.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna have to go listen back to that one because I kind of forgot what it sounds like. But yeah, I do remember it was on there. I really wish I had more to respond with. Fuck.
Just know it doesn't sound good, but like in a good way though, you know.
Oh, like audience. Like.
Yeah,
excuse you, Odmans.
It's exactly
S tier.
It's lo-fi.
No, it's not.
S tier. ABACD, best song they ever wrote. Bite me.
Odmans, the song.
Odmans, the song.
No, guys, it's Vegemite. Come on.
Homeless Man in Adidas. Slaps. Banger.
I mean, that one
National
is
anthem.
a great song. That is a criminally underrated good song. That's the thing. Oddments is an amazing album with a bunch of like really underrated tracks, like Homeless Man in Adidas. Used to be Work This Time was underrated until like they started playing it live, and we're just like, okay, yeah, it's a great song. And I mean, shit. Even It's Got Old is like such a fucking jam.
Yeah, I would love for them to play It's Got Old live.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I want to play ABACD live. I want that, but like 9 minutes long.
I wouldn't be mad if they played Aluna Majaka live, if we're being honest.
Jaka, bro, how could I forget?
That would be an amazing way to start off a show. Like instead of playing Evil Star, just Aluna Machaka. Like I think that'd be I think we can all agree to that.
I wanted to bring a live horse onto stage to do the horse noises. I want the Zerna. I want everything.
Shit, I mean, we saw them get like Eric left, and part of that was logistical reasons. I don't think you can replace Eric with a horse on stage. That would be a major liability.
They can do it. They can do it. I believe in King Kiss.
I believe
Put him on the drum kit. Let's do it. It's fine.
It's like Cav's worst nightmare. Like,
play with a horse.
Yeah, I mean, God, that'd be like if he were to have an actual nightmare, that's what I imagine it would be. It would just be him just playing, doing like the drum solo in the beginning of Self-Immolate, and then there's just a fucking horse just herring up the rest of the kit, and he's like, "Oh no, do I keep drumming, or do I, or do I stop and get this horse out of the way, or get out of the horse's way? Like what?" Okay, I don't know where I'm going with this, but
the horse is just running around, smashing down, pushing down amps, pushing down.
I think it'd make for a great show. They need a horse.
It could be memorable.
Well, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, is that what we need? Just we just need a horse?
I want just live animals. I want there to be like ribbon dancers, gymnastics.
Maybe we can finally get
now that Eric's gone.
I mean, I think you could still go to, like the Barnum circuses, right? Like,
oh yeah, like a live bear.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe they're not doing them during the pandemic, but I mean, I don't think this would really fall in line very well with like the whole environmentalism and like animal rights aspect of his.
But it would be pretty iconic if they had a gator on stage as they were playing, Like,
I think they should take a page out of Katy Perry's book and get like people to dress up as the gator.
No, you know what? You're right. Yeah.
Yes.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean, just have some hype dancers, give them Molly, and just have them dress up as gators. Plus, then mass produce the gator costumes so we can actually have fun at Halloween parties now. Like, that's because I can't make one myself. I'm not very skilled in being a seamstress.
Everybody wears it to Red Rocks.
Oh no.
Could you imagine though? Like that would be amazing if we're just all in just a sea of gators at Red Rocks.
I would love that. Like me and Jayden have clothes that we're gonna wear for Red Rocks. What are we doing? We're doing like the red jumpsuits with like the white helmets. But I would gladly trade that if we had a gator costume.
For sure. I was
wouldn't.
I was talking with somebody else about wearing Ugg boots for like in Straws of the Wind.
Ugg boots.
Yeah.
Back.
Pajamas.
Just grow your hair out, wear a robe, and throw a pair of Uggs on and some sunglasses, and you got it, John. You got
it. I'm not too far away from that. I got the hair's still a work in progress, but we're getting close. We're getting there.
You're getting there.
I mean, realistically, I feel like everyone at Red Rocks would wear like red robes, because it's easy. It's cellophane, look, but it's just everyone. Everyone's like, damn, this is awkward. Like everyone probably is like, I'm gonna wear a cellophane costume, and it's gonna be fucking sickening. Y'all can't take it, and then everyone else is gonna be wearing red and gold jewelry.
I'll be the guy with the black one and the red face. Milk and honey.
I mean, it will be interesting to see all the costumes that are there because I have a feeling it's going to be more than just a small percentage. Like there's going to be a surprising amount of cosplay, I think, especially after, we had to wait at least 18 months for the show to happen. I mean, but like back to the whole like Sea of Gators idea, like if everybody just showed up in a gator costume, fuck 16 albums. They should just play a 3-hour rendition of The River, right? Like
3 hours? That'd be
Just-
exhausting.
Like, I wouldn't ask for my
Probably.
money back. I'd be fine with it.
I'd ask for my money back.
I'd
I'd ask for my. I came to stop some robots, and if we're just gonna like float down a river for 3 hours, then like, I don't think I got what I paid for, bro. Like,
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth right here. Or I mean, I think that's that, or I forget how that idiom works. I forget the order of operations.
in the mouth.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, did I put my foot in my mouth when I said like fuck the 16 albums, just play The River, or did I put my foot in my mouth when I said, you know what, I'm gonna retract that bit?
Both.
I don't know.
I think.
But you said
I think
it.
both.
Yeah, I say a lot of shit I don't believe. I don't know, but it makes shit more interesting.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay. I feel like every single time I have a conversation with Amanda about what her favorite Giz album is, she's like, "No, you're wrong," and I was like,
No,
"That's what you said."
We are all just perpetually contrarian.
that is
We
what
are.
it
It
is.
is.
We really are. No, we really are.
It's 2 albums, and he knows it. It's always been 2 albums. My 2 favorite albums is Banana and Murder. Those have been the top 2, have never changed. He just doesn't listen.
Those are very good top 2 albums.
I'm just kidding.
But-
Yeah. No, those are like my 2 favorite albums just in general. I listen to Murder at least like once a day.
Those albums are actually. This sounds really nerdy. I have a note, or I have a text file on my computer that's just my lists of like. It's only King Gizzard and OCs, and it's just my favorite albums ranked first to whatever.
Mhm.
Banana and Murder are right next to each other in that list, actually. At
Yeah.
8 and 9.
What? That low? Oh,
yes,
shit.
sir.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Yes,
like,
sir.
Banana is ultimately what hooked me into Giz. So I think that's also why KG is in my top 5, just because it's microtonal and that shit just gets me every time. But yeah, I mean, I just don't know how he can put Murder that low.
I got you right here. You can call me a hater all you want. That Altered Beast chapter is too fucking long.
Nah, we're
Wrong.
not doing this again. You're wrong.
That Altered
You're
Beast
just
chapter
wrong.
is too fucking long. Do you
At this
guys,
point,
wait, listen.
Just say you
listen,
hate Leah
listen,
Senior.
Listen. I'm metagaming the fuck out of the Gizverse right now. Check this shit out. Nonagon Infinity came out, and that started their whole thing with the number 3, but they brought it to 9 because they were like, "Hey, that's 3 times 3. That's 3 times 3. That's how you get 9, right?" But like, we work in 3s because we like the number 3. Anyways, they were like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's come out with 5 albums in 1 year because we can, and one of them is gonna be one that's in 3 parts. But that first part's going to be way longer than the rest of them. Because if you go look in Spotify, that first fucking chapter is 16 minutes. And the next two are only 9. You mean to tell me if we had an album that was like equidistant in terms of time length, like, okay, this is how long this is, and then the next part's also the same length, and you get that one at the end. I mean, the flow and the ebb would be great.
How do you feel about Head on Pill before you get into hating on Leah Senior? Because that shit won't fly.
No, listen, John.
That's what I'm saying.
Leah Senior. Okay, the passing scene.
Yeah.
The passing's solid 8 out of 10. That's in my top 10 for 2020. That's a good album. Okay.
All right.
Much love to Leah Senior. Shout out my girl. She's great.
No, she's my celebrity crush, 100%.
But it's honestly it's not even her fault. Like, I used to fuck with Cherry and Amanda and just be like, "Oh, there's too much spoken word." That's not really how I feel. I just think Giz went too long exploring the same song idea. But if you want to talk about Head on Pill, John, there's no reason for that song to be 16 minutes long.
No, we go back to this.
Oh man,
There's no fucking reason for that song to be 16 minutes long.
I mean,
If that song was 12 minutes long, I would suck that song's dick dry. Like, if it was shorter than however long it is, by like 4 minutes,
yeah,
I'd be like, yo, this is great. But like, yo,
that's kind of the magic of it. It's like it just goes on forever. I mean, like when you're tripping, it just feels like an eternity, and it's just like, and like it's great because it's like, oh wait, no, this song is like quite literally the meaning of life, and life should go on at least 16 minutes.
See, that's where we're different, John. Like, you experience these things while you're tripping. Like, I just get so high that I can't. I'm not on Earth anymore. And then I put on this song called "I Got a Lot" by OCs. That song is 23 minutes long, and it's just somebody who's putting their mic in, who found out that microphones work, and they're just like, "I got a lot on my mind. I got a lot on my mind" for 23 minutes. And that's what I like to. That's what I like to do with my time. And I think that goes to show where my head is in terms of like our musical opinions. But like, yeah, I'm a chaotic person, John. I don't know. I don't know if you could tell.
He's got a lot on his mind.
Got a lot on my mind. I mean, there's. I think there's a reason we all vibe here. We're chaotic as fuck. Like,
I mean,
Cherry and Amanda can look coy all you want, but we know you guys are fucking wild. Cherry educated me on what poppers are.
John. Like, me and Amanda, like, we met through Giz. Like, we are the only two that have actually met in real life, and that, like, we hung out, and it was just like, oh, we're fucking crazy together.
No. Isn't that fucking magical?
And now we're together, and that's how that happened.
Thanks, Stu.
Also, backtrack to that Murdered Universe thing, because Jayden always has...
Yeah, let's talk about that. So you hate Leah Sr.
Hold on. I feel like he always says that. I feel like he slightly says it to make me angry, just to get at me, because I love that album so much. First of all, the Altered Beast chapter, perfect length. If anything, it could have been longer. I love that Altered Beast chapter. Also, his main argument is it's repetitive because it's multiple songs. For me, I just see it as one giant song. Mm-hmm. So it's not like repetitive in my eyes. Like the like it goes back to the chorus, like alter beast, alter me, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like, change it up like every like single chapter to where like it kind of sounds different. But,
it is a little curious though that like I think it's even in the fourth Altered Beast, Stu still isn't sure if he has seen an Altered Beast because he says, "I think I see an Altered Beast." It's like, make up your damn mind, man.
Have you seen it or not?
It's a really confusing time seeing an Altered Beast, you know?
It is also like the number one thing I am so excited for the marathon show to see Leah Sr. finally narrate Murdered Universe. That is like the main reason I bought tickets.
Yeah, and I hope she also opens the show with like her own stuff.
I think.
There's no way she won't, right?
They said that she's the opener.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw elbows to Evergreen. I am so excited.
Cherry, you know that's my favorite Leah Senior song. How dare you try to represent Evergreen when you're just like, no, it's actually Graves. That's the best. That's the best Leah Senior song is Graves. The Passing Scene is actually the best Passing Scene.
More
song.
often than not, I will cry after hearing Dreary Day. I love that song. It has such beautiful lyrics that just get me every time. It's like, you should just be yourself. And like, I'm just like, yes.
So
like,
what do
I don't know. Maybe I'm
about,
just going through an identity crisis, but
me too. What do you think about Passing Scene the song?
It's I haven't given it that much thought. It's interesting to me. Like I do like the lyrics. It's got like, to me it just puts me in a mood where I'm just like, just sort of like stoic, like for me, I haven't read the lyrics of it, but it just seems to be just sort of like this detached, like observational song. Like it's kind of like a Cookie song in that way. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely that's one of my favorite albums from the year for sure.
For sure. Yeah, I just love it.
And also, There's No More Fish in the Sea. That one is absolutely gorgeous.
But why are we not talking about Ocean Quilt Lady?
Ocean Quilt
Lady.
Lady.
Yes.
It is she who sells
there
the
isn't a bad
shells.
song on that album.
Don't, Jayden.
What,
Don't.
Jayden with his hot takes. What, did Leah Senior go too long with the altered beast again on the passing scene and we didn't even realize it?
Yeah.
Wait, hold.
Probably
What are you gonna be? You can say about Lee Ann Senior, our Lord and Savior.
Why is she not in my high play? I can't find her on Spotify. I can't find the song. It's a song that goes like,
you can't dress up a heart.
Oh wait, no, isn't Graves the one where it's like, we are the ones who go to the graves of the rock stars?
Yeah, that song is a banger. You shut your mouth.
This song, that's a weak line. That's a weak line. That's a weak line.
It is not a weak. What?
That's corny. That's corny. Cherry, that's corny.
It's not. I mean, it's beautiful. It's poetic. I can't.
I'm sorry. Are we accusing anybody of being corny and having it be a bad thing when we're King Gizzard fans? King Gizzard is corny as shit. I mean, but it's like part of the magic. It's like corny in a good way, and like that shit should be celebrated. You know.
I mean, I agree with you, but nah.
Okay, maybe corny, maybe not corny. You know. It's like there are some Giz lyrics that are corny though. Like everybody gets a pass.
Yes. No.
Yeah. I mean, Joey. I mean, that's why
Superposition
sucks because of that one.
What?
Like, Superposition sucks. That song. Why did that song come out?
Superposition
why did that song come out?
Superposition is another song that Superposition is one of my favorite songs on Gumboot, and it's a song that I also believe Jayden talks shit on because I love it so much.
I don't. Yeah. It's just one of the weaker songs on Gumboot.
Superposition is the song that made me realize what a genius Joey is as a songwriter. Like
right?
those lyrics are.
You mean you didn't pay attention to Anoxia? Come on, man.
Yeah, I didn't. Like Anoxia didn't pull me in the same way that Superposition did.
John, this is. I guess John. This is where we differ, my friend. Like, nah.
I hope they play Superposition live someday. That would be so great.
I mean, that's fine. If they did, I wouldn't really. I'd be like, oh, this is cool.
I'm a stand
Joey.
You would be there pouting, Jayden, and we'll all fucking love it. Like, I will kill for Superposition.
That's fine. I mean, I'm the only one who likes Straws in the Wind. So when Ambi's like, hello, how we doing? Galvanizing, uncertain. And it's like, we're just like, yeah. Like, y'all are just going to be like, I don't want to dance. I don't want to dance because Ambrose can't sing right for this song. And it's like, meanwhile, I'm over in the corner throwing bows. I'm going to be in the corner throwing bows. And y'all are going to just be like all mad off to the side. And it's like, all right, well, we're 1 for 1 here. It's cool.
Like I don't dislike Straws in the Wind. It's just my least favorite. Whereas I feel like you're giving some I feel like you dislike Superposition. Like your hate for Superposition is way more than my just subtle dislike.
I'll say this. I like Superposition more than Down the Sink.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can agree.
Look at Cherry.
Down the Sink to me kind of felt like a cut, like it was cut off of Laugh About Life, the Pi Pi album.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why they threw it on to Gumboot, which it's fine. It's a good song, but yeah, Superposition's way better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Wait, while we're still on the topic of Gumboot, hey, y'all, why don't you guys voice your in my opinion bad opinion on Barefoot Desert? Because apparently y'all don't like that song, and it's
I love Barefoot Desert. Where'd you get this from?
Then I guess it's just Amanda who's like, oh, Barefoot Desert sucks.
Yeah, Barefoot Desert took a while to grow on me.
Again, Ambrose erasure. Y'all just don't understand.
I mean, that bass line is baller, but the rest of the song, yeah, I get it. It's not great.
It's like Barefoot. Well, that's also one of those songs where I'm just like, compared to the aggressive Gumboot, that is definitely like on the bottom. Like it just does not pull me in as much as the other songs on Gumboot does. Although I like that song more than Down the Sink.
That's how I know you guys don't actually like the Murlocs, because that's a Murloc song through and through. In the same way that Down the Sink sounds like a Popeye song, Barefoot Desert, if you trade that flute melody for like a 60s guitar tone, that's a Murloc song.
Yeah,
and that's how I know y'all are haters.
But that would change the dynamic of it, you know? Like that then like I might like the song more.
How are we already?
I don't know how we're already I guess we're already.
Well, time flies when you have fun.
Time really does fly with y'all, which is totally cool. But I guess we've got 10 minutes. We probably don't want to like have this go too far over 80 minutes as an episode. But yeah, I do think one of the weaker tracks on Gumboot is The Last Oasis. And I will say. I will say that I like that a little more than Barefoot Desert.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, John's right. John's right.
No.
John is correct.
The Last Oasis is one of the most interesting sounding songs they have.
That is not true, bro. Come on, Muddy Waters on the same album.
No one gives Last Oasis the roses she deserves.
Because she doesn't deserve them.
So underrated.
No, because the wheel came along and we were all just the wheel is so much fucking hotter than The Last Oasis. Give the wheel all the fucking roses.
The wheel is the best song on Gumboot.
The wheel you still hear about. They play it on KEXP. They play it in concerts. And the last you ever heard about The Last Oasis was the day before Gumboot dropped. They released it as a single, just like, this is the most love we're ever going to give it. And that's how.
It's because y'all don't deserve it. They said y'all don't deserve it.
We don't want her
because you're so ungrateful.
Y'all
are so ungrateful.
We have the wheel. We're fine over here.
And spiteful, rude. You're nasty criminals. You go home, stream Last Oasis. Goddamn.
Goddamn.
Go to bed while you stream Last Oasis, y'all.
Just have it on loop.
Hold on. Okay, so like, while we're on the topic of Gumboot, John.
Yeah.
That we all have a friend, I guess, in our very dear Discord server. She shall remain nameless. However, she has some of the most combustible, flammable takes I've ever heard in my life. You want to hear this first one? Check this out. She thinks Great Chain sucks. She also thinks that the only good song on Quarters is God is in the Rhythm.
I mean, yeah, that's somebody that should just remain nameless, because, like, I don't think we should be, outing on people, because like that's because, like, where the fuck is her head at? Like, what kind of judgment is being used when you say that God is in the rhythm is the only good song on Quarters? Like, it is one of the better songs. Like, I think it might be tied for second best with The River, because Lonely Steel Sheet Flyer is, I think, the best song on that record.
Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me?
Nope.
Are you shitting me right now, John?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, thank God. I was about to flame the fuck out of you.
But Lonely Steel Sheet Flyer is criminally underrated, and Infinite Rise, I think, is criminally overrated.
I really
what?
Okay.
You what?
I don't know about that.
Well,
maybe it's not criminal, but might be a misdemeanor. So,
I mean, that's still
DUI.
That's a ticket at the least. John. That's a ticket.
That's getting off of the PBA card.
Got a ticket. What the fuck? I love Infinite Rise. It has one of my favorite King Gizzard lines. Bound together like boys in leather. That's a bar. That's bars, bro.
That's bars.
You don't understand shit about that. It's bars.
No, I frankly don't.
Are you saying that to John because he's a straight white male?
No.
Yeah, I'm a straight white male that doesn't know shit about bars because I don't know shit about rap. Apparently, Odd Life, it's just rapping, rap, and that's the Ambrose rapping.
Ambrose is Australian Eminem. But yeah.
Okay.
Ambrose needs his own movie. It is, but like instead of it's not 8 Mile. It's fucking.
It's like 10 kilometers.
Oh man.
Goddamn.
Oh my god. But we've only got about 5 minutes left, so I want to get to wrapping up. Just with like tie a nice bow on this thing. So obviously, Amanda, it seems like you're most excited for LW to come out.
I'm so excited.
What direct? So I think let's just finish up on this topic. Like, what direction do you think we're going to see on LW? Let's just fucking speculate.
Stu was talking in the AMA, I think, for Chunky about how they had like some like jazzy-ish stuff coming. So I'm hoping this next album is like the more jazzy microtonal album. I don't know if the full thing's going to be microtonal, but I hope it's like the more jazzy lo-fi stuff. I want like another like smooth, like calm album like Sketches again. I just need that in my life.
That'd be really nice, yeah. Like as Amanda said, like they were talking about microtonal jazz or something, and I've been waiting on that. And since I don't know, that's just me, but KG didn't deliver that. Hopefully LW could. I've been on a really big jazz kick, so that would probably just enable me more to just listen to the same shit all the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, the book was microtonal.
There were a few songs that were microtonal in Sketches.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would make sense that LW would be, kind of like, put in the final, or I mean, maybe they'll continue to do microtonal music, past LW, but like, it would be cool. It'd be a cool way to sort of bring it back to Sketches and FMB. But yeah, I mean, who knows? Yeah, Jayden, what's on your mind? You look lost in thought.
Well, if not now, then when needs more context, in my opinion. It didn't wow me. It's catchy. I'll give it. I hum it sometimes, like on a whim, and like, wow, that actually stuck in my head, even though that's not like the most interesting stuff that I've heard. So I just need more context. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect from this next record, because like KG in a way is fully microtonal gumboot. They went everywhere that they wanted to go to. They did everything that they felt like doing. We have Joey's Disco. We have the cowboy garage rock of Ontology. We have Hungry Wolf. We got a pretty damn good representation of what the Giz sound is, specifically in the microtonal area. So like, I don't know what's coming next, but I mean, I'm gonna fucking listen to it, and I'm gonna like it probably, because I haven't overtly disliked a whole project before by them. So
yeah, only chapters. Well, guys, I love having you on the podcast. Whenever we do this, it's always a blast. So thanks for joining me again. I can't wait to see what goes on with LW and maybe revisit this again.
We'll come back after LW drops.
Fuck yeah, man.
Wait.
Fuck yeah. We'll come back. We'll come back.
Well, yeah, guys, take it easy and have a safe, safe life. Happy holidays and all that. And yeah, probably talk to you next year.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Yeah.
Hi, bonked. Bye, bonked.
Bye, bonked. Bye-bye.
And thanks everybody for listening.
Woo! Woo!